Hey everyone, you might have guessed it, here is my little demo video of the Notes Audio Engineering Torpedo CAB M. You must be a bit oversaturated by now with these, because everyone's doing one of these demos. And mine's different though, because I'm using an iPhone as a camera and an orange combo as a stand for the camera. Essentially, that's not a tripod, because it doesn't have 3 legs. Anyway, here's my little demo, and I thought I'd just show you the remote as well, because that's actually quite neat with this one. This is the remote. You just connect the cab via USB to your computer and load up the remote, and you can control all the features and all the little things in the cab on your computer, which is actually quite nice, because you can tweak everything. You can use this cab as a standalone and tweak everything there. So that's not a problem at all. You got, like, these are push buttons and you can adjust everything. But it's much more convenient to do that with a mouse and the computer. So let me just show you through this really quick. What's new about the CAB M with the new software is you can load 2 speakers or 2 impulse responses into it, which is really nice, because it means you can blend stuff. So here, for example, I've just loaded my own Mesa stiletto into one slot and a Mesa rectifier in another slot. I can then mix them. So let's just do that bit. I'm using the Le Crunch pedal by 2 Notes to demonstrate this, because the cool thing about the Torpedo CAB is you got the power amp section as well. So you're not just using impulse responses on a preamp, so you can use essentially any preamp you like, run it into the cab, and also have the power amp portion influence the sound. So yeah, let's just give it a quick listen here. So yeah, that is both channels of the Le Crunch cascaded. So channel A is boosting channel B for high gain sounds. Alright, so let me just walk you through this a little bit. So here I've got 2 mics or 2 CAB impulses that I created myself and imported. It's quite easy to do. And I can mix them to taste, like this would be the clipping stiletto cab, and here's the Mesa rectifier cab, and blend it. So yeah, and then we've got the power amp section here. We've got different sorts of power amp tubes. This is push-pull 6L6, and you got 34s with a leaner low end, 84s, KT88, that's the wide one with a high, glassy high end. That's all push-pull. And then we got the same single-ended. So then you can switch between pentode and triode. I like pentode for high gain. You've got your depth and presence settings. So then on board as well is a built-in EQ. And it comes with 3 basic settings. We've got the guitar preset, which has the center frequencies preset to, well, frequencies that make sense for guitar. And the bass, because you can load bass IRs or cabs into the torpedo as well. Slightly different frequencies, but lower. And what I find quite nice, the custom one. So you can adjust your frequencies and then the gain. Then you've got an onboard reverb that I wouldn't use for rhythm guitar, for high gain rhythm guitars, not anyway. But it might be cool for solos and leads and stuff. So, and then you obviously got a lot of... let me just first here, this is where you load your impulse responses. Let me just mute this. Okay, the mesa, and let's just replace that with, let's say, a detail. Or a Marshall. Marshall with blackback speakers. So, but obviously it comes with a lot of cabs, and this is where it's really interesting. Let's just stick with a 412 and go with a Mesa. Mesa rectifier. So you've got your different microphones here. I'm usually starting with a 57. Bit loud clapping. So you can move it off axis or away from the cab to the back. And then you can load a separate, a second one in there. Let's start with a Bear Dynamic M160. That's a ribbon mic, and just blend it in. Yeah, and the cab comes with a load of presets and a ton of awesome sounding cabinets. But you can also just go into the boutique and buy some more. There's a few different Mesa ones, for example. The Fortin ones. This is quite nice, actually. So, again, a 57 and a ribbon mic blended. That's a bit too boomy for my taste. Might work for something else. So yeah, a lot of cool tones. So even if you don't have your own impulse responses, you can just use any of the impulse or any of the cabs that the CAB M comes with, or just buy some directly off the Notes page. So all this remote makes it insanely easy to tweak settings and change stuff. You can, like I said, also just tweak everything inside the cab. It's all the same features. It's just more convenient to do it on the computer. And I'm using it now with just a preamp. That's why I've got the power amp section enabled. I can switch it off. It'll still sound good though. But it doesn't have the same oomph. But if you want to use the cab live with, like if you got an amplifier on stage that you're running into a 412 or whatever, and you just don't want to rely on the miking skills of the don't know, house engineer or whoever, but you want to have your sound that you know works for you, you can just use this. And obviously if you're using a a full head or a combo amp with a power section, you won't need the power section inside the cab. It's just a good option to have if you want to use a preamp. You can use any preamp, any distortion pedal directly into this. Use the power amp section in the cab, or use any amp or any combo into this and switch the power amp section off. What you do have to bear in mind though is if you use an amp or a cab, you still need to connect a load to the amp because the cab amp doesn't have a load, so you still have to go through out of the speaker through into a cab or into a load, and then just feed the mic signal to the FOH guy. So that concludes it for now. There'll be more videos with a cab and other stuff, but well, I hope this gave you a little bit of an overview of what this thing can do. Take care, guys.